Hello everyone, my name is Deckerlink the Trained Unprofessional, and I realized just as I'm saying this intro that I need to shit, but I started when I'm going to finish what I started, and no, it was just a fart. I'm not pleasant. It's not going to be pleasant in a couple seconds when I smell it, but in the meantime, you can see these are the save files for Owen's route. Whoa! God damn! This is the Owen's route. Haven't been able to play it since fucking 2 days before my birthday. So, I'm glad to be doing it many months later. There we go. This was, from Layla. I don't remember this shit being called Layla, but whatever. This is the update for the Owen route. In this update, 0.5.4, I think this one is. I don't really remember. It's basically just an update to Owen's route. There's apparently some other shit that got updated, but I don't fucking know. So let's get on with it. Oh, and I like when he finds. Transitions to the shit. Oh, my sound isn't even on. Holy shit, 100%. That is way too much. Way too much. I need a moment. Kid, you doing okay? I blinked and... It's so nice to see this size of font after dealing with extracurricular activities. This size of font is so nice. Good job, Shirokoi. I wish someone would just tell me how to do these things. Instead of people saying, oh, you can pronounce it however you want. Fucking help me! I blinked and nearly jumped out of my skin as Samuel waved a hand in front of my face. John Cena! I'm alive! A huge yawn escaped my throat as I sat up straight at the breakfast table. Once again, Samuel proved to be an excellent cook. I'm going to miss having a butler serving me at my every meal. My mind wandered back to all the information I gathered last night. It was hard to believe Samuel was such a dangerous man in the past. It was even harder to believe that bloody fights had broken out in this very kitchen. And to think that and to think this family could be keeping more secrets from Owen. I had hurts just wondering about it. I stared at Samuel's back absent-mindedly. This man was once a killer. Now he's cooking breakfast for me in an eerily empty house. Another exhausted yawn escaped me as I poked at my half-finished bacon. God, I want bacon right now. I might not be as alive as I thought. Those bags under your eyes seem to agree. Did you not sleep well last night? Maybe I should change the sheets in the guest room again. I smiled gratefully as Samuel poured me another cup of coffee. No, it's fine. The thunder and rain kept me up, that's all. And I also snooped around your house and invaded your privacy, but you didn't need to know that. Samuel hummed cheerfully as he collected my dishes. He looked rather excited today. I finally get to see the kid again after so long. I wonder what kind of person he's grown into. Hey, John, you're good friends with Owen, right? You think you can sum up what kind of man he's become? I chewed on my fork thoughtfully. What's the best way to describe Owen, anyway? Well, he really sucks at flirting. What do you mean? Oh, God, you don't know? Owen's one big wannabe playboy now. He tried hitting on me like 5 seconds after we met with the cheesiest pickup lines I've ever heard. And a few days later, he got roasted by his roommate for groping him all the time. He flaunts his good looks, but has no idea how to properly flirt for someone's attention. Like a big, gay peacock! That's a new phase! They said that there's some new artwork being done in this one, so I'm looking forward to that. Oh boy, I really shouldn't have given that kid dating advice back in the day. Who the hell did he even learn this from? They must have been a horrible influence. Oh no, look at them. It's like they think if they flail their figurative dick around, they'll get all the ladies in cuts. Oh, he could have been the perfect man, but now he's cursed and influenced by garbage flirting skills. Sigh. Oh! We literally tore this man down to size! Yeah, who could that possibly be? I don't have a clue. Must have been a pretty bad influence, though. Anyway. I fucking slid off screen! are you all packed up? We should get back to school soon. But I haven't finished my bacon. Chop, chop. Your education waits for no one. Wait up. No, I'm not even 6 minutes in and I'm already feeling it. I'm feeling so glad to be back, guys. After breakfast, Samuel had stuffed a helmet onto my head and drove me back to Granny on his hideous motorbike. The old bike spluttered in protest as Samuel barreled through the city like a madman, whooping gleefully at every turn. My stomach was also whooping, with despair, as I clung on for dear life. By the time we skidded to a halt at Garania's doors, I felt the bacon threatening to escape my throat. Oh no! No! Garania, ho! Don't you talk to Philip like that, goddamn! These are the jokes! It's been a while since I've been back here. The place hasn't changed a bit, have it? Have it. Should be has it. Fucker! I don't know, everything looks a bit green and blurry today. I stumbled off the motorbike before politely vomiting into a nearby trash can. God damn, you can't hold your shit. Nearby visitors and parents took one look at me and retreated in disgust. Oh my god, that person's violating that trash can with a personal protein spill. Pretentious pricks. Bleh. Samuel laughed and patted my head in comfort. When someone's vomiting, you don't pat the head because you get vomit splintered. You pat the back. Gently. You rub the back a little bit. A nice little caressing of the gropey hand. I didn't think Owen's so-called bodyguard would have such a weak stomach. You gotta toughen up there, buddy. Nothing makes you feel more alive than a wild motorcycle ride. I'm kind of feeling the opposite of alive right now. You need to live life on the edge. Breathe in that adrenaline and danger. It smells like dead pedestrians. Jesus. I gumbled. What the fuck is gumbling? I remember Gumby. Fucking creepy-ass cartoon show. And lifted my head from the trash can. There were crowds of visitors around us being herded about by teachers and students. Samuel nervously followed my gaze as if trying to spot Owen in a flood of people. You think the kid's gonna come out to greet us? I kinda doubt it if I'm being honest. Owen's a bit of a chicken when it comes to this sort of thing. Samuel snorted in amusement. True enough. Come on, John, let's get going. What if it isn't Samuel Clark? Oh, Mrs. Corliss. Oh, Jesus Christ! She killed him! My God! Samuel had a family, damn it! What oomph. Mrs. Corliss suddenly came barreling down the street, and I hope that Mrs. Corliss gets a drawing, because that would be so funny. I can't wait to see what Mrs. Corliss looks like. Barreling down the street and crushing Samuel in a bone-cracking bear hug. Oh, dearie, it's so good to see you alive and well! Mrs. C, you're breaking my back! It feels like centuries since you last attended my class. I see you've grown up quite a bit since. And you finally got rid of that horrid haircut as well. It looks like miracles are possible. It's a miracle that we arrived at school in one piece. Ah, John, I'm so glad to see you home safe and sound as well. I suppose Sam's driving skills haven't improved much these past 20 years. Mrs. C, my spine! My spine! My spine! My coke habit. I'm kidding. I'm fucking kidding. I stared nonchalantly as Samuel twitched lifelessly in Mrs. Corliss's vice grip. Karma never looked so sweet. There's no karma sweeter than a tight gripping grandma. What the fuck does that mean? It's surprising how easily a tiny old lady can manhandle someone twice her size. Mrs. Corliss finally finished her hug as Samuel collapsed onto the floor like a sack of potatoes. There's that face again. His leg twitched like a squished bug as he struggled to stand. Nice to see you too, Mrs. C. You haven't changed a bit. And that I'm still an old lady who's single-handedly keeping the Grania's art department afloat?
I meant that you're still as youthful as ever. Sorry about the art department, though. You deserve a raise.
Mrs. Corliss laughed and patted Samuel on the cheek. Keep the flattery coming, dear. Lord knows I'll need it.
By the way, how's Owen doing? I was looking forward to meeting him today.
Mrs. Corliss snorted.
With the inspection of someone who's been babysitting for too long.
I blinked curiously as she dug a phone out of her pocket. I was holding an ongoing call. Did you hear that, Owen? Someone is here to see. Of course, Samuel's here to see. Fucking...
Everything's convenient as shit, isn't it?
Why don't you come out and see and meet him? Owen's panicked voice stuttered through the speakerphone.
Oh God, he's here already? I'm not mentally ready for this yet. 7 years wasn't enough time to get ready? I got used to being at this appointment for 7 years. This is a very difficult change.
It's gotta happen sooner or later, right? Why not come out and get it over with?
You underestimate how much I procrastinate, John.
Samuel, you still there? Samuel chuckled quietly at Owen's spluttering distress.
I'm here, kiddo. Glad to hear you haven't changed much in the bravery department. Let's hope you don't have to break a window every time we try to meet.
No promises there. But would you mind if we, met later tonight instead? Samuel blinked in surprise.
Later tonight? What for?
It'll give me some time to mentally prepare. Plus, there's a Visitor's Day dance tonight. We'll be all nicely dressed and make good impressions. I frowned. Owen is trying to keep his voice light-hearted, but there was a heavy undertone. I believe it's an undertone.
The undertone
of honest anxiety. Samuel seemed to catch on to this as well.
All right, fine. I'll see you tonight at this Visitor's Day dance. I've waited 7 years and the afternoon isn't gonna kill me.
This is pretty unfair, though, Owen. I mean, Samuel won't have a dance partner. What's the guy even supposed to do? Nobody actually dances at dances anymore. They just waddle and bounce on their feet like a flock of pigeons. Anywho, I'll see you tonight. Looking forward to it. And with a click, Owen hung up. Samuel sighed and rubbed his temples in exasperation.
Looks like our little reunion has got postponed. I wish I raised Owen to be less of a chicken shit when he was younger.
Language, Samuel! Miss Corliss smiled fondly as Samuel climbed back onto his abomination of a motorcycle. If I remember correctly, you were also quite the chicken shit back in the day. Oh, shit! Samuel barked a laugh. Ha! 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 Fucking Akira Tozawa shit. There he is.
I grew out of it eventually. Hopefully Owen will too.
Samuel grinned and waved a quick goodbye. There he goes. His motorcycle let out a honk of despair. Help me! Help me! Help me! Before barreling down the street and disappearing around a corner. Mr. Corliss sighed and patted me on the shoulder. John, you must be exhausted from your trip. Why don't you go back to your dorm and rest for a while? I yawned again before nodding in agreement. Yeah, rest sounds nice. Yay. I swam through a sea of parents and visitors on my way back to my dorm. There was a surprising amount of people coming to Gorania today. I felt a wave of relief as I closed the dorm doors behind me and silenced a chattering crowd outside. It was good to be home. Owen's house was comfy, but I missed my dorm building with its smell of old coffee and burnt toast. With a soft sigh and a smile, I made my way upstairs towards the kitchen. Hey, there it is. I poked my head into the kitchen and grinned at the smell of sizzling omelets and sweet pancakes. That smells so good. Is Sissel making breakfast again? There he is! There he is! Oh, that short-looking motherfucker. I think his ears got smaller so he can be taller. Because apparently Sissel is supposed to be tall as shit. But he looks different. Something's different about this motherfucker. I don't know. Maybe nothing changed at all. I don't fucking know. Sissel looked up from gracefully flipping omelets with a surprised smile.
Yo, John, glad to see you back. Everyone had their knickers in a twist the whole night waiting for you.
I could tell from the phone call last night. Sorry for worrying you guys. Cecil scoffed and returned his attention to the stove. I ain't worried one bit. You're a grown-ass man. You can take care of yourself. No idea why Teach and Owen made such a big deal out of it. Meanwhile, Ginny waved a greeting from the breakfast table where she and Owen were sitting. Well, sitting is putting it generously. Owen was a collapsed mess on the table. His face was buried next to the salt and pepper while he tore at his hair in a restless frenzy. I ran out of breath too early, but I had to finish what I started. Ginny sighed and patted the back of Owen's head. Hey-o, Ghostbuster! Ginny, what are you doing here? It's Visitor's Day, isn't it? I can finally walk around Garania's campus without feeling like a trespasser. Oh, and don't mind Owen so much. He's been stressing out the whole night. Barely slept a wink as far as I know. As far as I know, I don't know how to talk. Owen let out a non-committal groan in greeting as I sat down at the table. At least I think it's a greeting. You doing okay there, dude? Owen promptly let out a muffled scream into the into the kitchen table. Aww, he's got to get a more fucking expression. We gotta see crazy Owen. Oh God, I'm not ready. Still nervous about meeting with Samuel? I snapped at him so badly when I left home. I was a complete little shit. What if I mess things up again this time around? Oh God, what do I do? Owen finally lifted his head from the table. He looked like an absolute mess. There were heavy, sleep-deprived bags under his eyes, and his hair was a tangled mess from his pulling at it. For a moment, I was glad Owen convinced Samuel to postpone the reunion. Stop chewing on your fingernails, dude. It's not sanitary. Oh, I really don't care right now, Jenny. Got other things on my mind at the moment. The delicious smell of breakfast suddenly caught our attention as Cecil carried several plates of food to the table. Alright, you sad fuck, eat up. Oh my God, you sad fuck. The fuck's wrong with you, eh? You want a dog? I got a dog. Want a fucking dog? Eh? Jenny? Eat up, it'll make you feel better. Or at the very least, you won't be sad and hungry. Owen grumbled his thanks and began poking numbly at his omelet. Cecil frowned at the apparent lack of eating. What, my cooking not good enough for you all of a sudden now that you have your butler back? No, that's not at all. I just don't have much of an appetite right now. Come on, Owen, you gotta unclench and relax a bit. You're stressing about this more than you need to. Easy for you to say. I ran away from home and avoided Samuel for 7 years. 7 years! 7 years, oh! This was right after my family fell apart, too. I'm still in shock he's willing to see me. What if I fuck things up again? Owen pulled at his hair again and let out another anxious groan. There was a deep thud as he slammed his forehead into the table. Dots? I just really don't want to fuck this up. A long silence hung in the kitchen. Ginny, Cecil, and I exchanged helpless looks. I suddenly yelped as Ginny kicked me from under the table. She suddenly jerked her head towards Owen and mouthed, "Say something to him." Looks like I can add emotional support under my bodyguarding duties. I turned towards Owen with a small smile. Well, Owen, you don't have to worry too much about meeting up with Samuel. What do you mean? I mean, that's the man who changed your diapers as a kid. He'll still love you even if you're a massive disappointment. Owen cracked a smile in spite of himself. I'm not sure how to feel about that. Even so, there's still a chance I'll fuck things up. You're finally meeting and speaking and getting awkward with Samuel after 7 years. That's better than no contact at all. Even if you do fuck it up, you're still making progress. And if things go south, you'll have plenty of chances to unfuck it later. Just chill out. Give this a chance and stop being a chicken shit, okay? I gingerly patted Owen on the shoulder. There it is. There's a smile. It's just a smile. I'm just always just smiling. Owen let out a deep breath. His face finally relaxed into a small smile. Thanks, John. I'll try not to fuck it up. We were interrupted with a sharp clink as Ginny stabbed her omelet with distaste. There's too much talk about fucking at the breakfast table. Now I'm losing my appetite.
I'll take both of your omelets if you're having appetite problems.
Owen and Ginny exchanged looks before simultaneously shoving half their omelets down their throat. There you go!
Okay, never mind.
Sorry, sis, your cooking's too good to pass up.
Glad to hear it, 'cause you're all doing the dishes this time. I've got to go to work now.
Oh, really?
I would have left earlier, but I didn't want to leave Teach alone to deal with their moping session.
I wasn't moping that much. Sissel scoffed as he made his way toward the door.
We had to listen to you cry melodramatically the whole night. When will you ever grow up? Anyway, there better not be another mess in the sink when I come home. See y'all later.
I stared at Sissel's retreating back. Jesus. As he disappeared down the hall. Stared at. Motherfucker. Hey, Owen. Sissel was worried about you, too. We're worried about you, too, even if he doesn't show it.
Yeah, I know.
In all seriousness, it's good to see that you're feeling okay again. It's weird to see you all anxious and mopey.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'll try not to worry you guys again.
No, you won't. Speaking of being anxious, how's the whole Loreleis are trying to kill me thing going? Owen blinked in surprise.
Wait, how'd you know about that?
I might have mentioned it to her yesterday? Owen stared at me dully as if to say, really? Well, I needed to know the whole situation with Dadlies and Loreleis, and you kept your mouth shut for the most part. Philip's the black cat, and so I figured he knows something about the big old criminal mafia family. So naturally, I asked him about it, and he gave me answers, and, Ginny's apparently his accomplice. Philip said he can get more info on your family, though, so I guess it turned out to be a good thing? Owen rubbed his temples and sighed.
Fair enough.
It's a bit weird to have all my friends know that people are trying to kill me.
Oh, shit!
What is it? Ginny stared at us in sudden realization.
We totally forgot about Philip!
The three of us nearly jumped out of our seats as the kitchen door slammed open. Oh, fuck, that's a new face. Philip limped into the kitchen, staring at each of us with an expression that can only be described as the walking manifestation of fuck you. He looks more like an ew. That's an ew face. That's not a fuck you face. There were dark, heavy bags under his eyes, as though he hasn't slept in years. His hair was a tangled mess, and the poor guy looked like he was in desperate need of a relaxing shower.
Nuts?
Hi, Philip?
You doing okay there, buddy?
Oh, I see how it is. When John disappears into the night, y'all stay up until 1 a.m. to make sure he's still alive and well. But when I go MIA, I don't even get a phone call!
Well, to be fair, you sneak out pretty often.
Oh, look! Owen's sad. Let's spend the next 12 hours coddling him like a child while I stay up investigating the people who want to kill you! Owen's kind of a baby in the handling anxiety department, though. And let's not forget to leave Philip out the one day Sissel decides to cook us breakfast again. I'm sure he's totally not tired or starving after not sleeping for the last 36 hours while he was doing you favors.
Ginny, Owen, and I shrank under the kitchen table, cowering under Philip's merciless gaze. The three of us exchanged guilty looks and mumbled sorry as Philip wobbled across the kitchen to sit down at the table.
Yeah, you doing okay there, Philip? You don't look so good.
I feel like every organ in my body is trying to kill me. God help me.
Philip's eye twitched as he reached across the breakfast table.
I'm stealing the rest of your omelets. Bad friends don't get to eat omelets.
Fair enough.
Jesus. Why the transition? Why the fuck with the transition? 2.5 omelets later, Philip looked significantly less exhausted and homicidal. He looks exactly the same to me. Watching a sleep-deprived and starving man eat breakfast was quite the savage sight. You feeling any better, Philip? I made you some coffee as a peace offering. I still feel dead. People aren't supposed to be conscious for this long. Philip took a sip of my coffee and immediately spat it across the table to form a rainbow in the morning sun.
But what is this?
I'm pretty sure it's just coffee with cream and sugar. Philip wrinkled his nose at the offending cup and as though it personally insulted him. Sugar is bad for you! Someone pointed out that cats hate sugar, so fuck. Jenny snapped her fingers impatiently to catch our attention. Your taste in coffee aside, did you get any information on Owen's family? You did spend the entire night investigating, after all. Oh, shit. I tried. Morse is keeping a tight lid for some reason. Morse? You mean that famous criminal informant? They say he knows everything about everything. There's that he never fails to find what he wants to know. He actually lets you talk to him? He better. That man owes me enough favors to become my indentured servant. Did you try to contact him yourself? Owen rubbed his temples tiredly. Yeah, I tried to get into his rumored hideout yesterday, that bar called the Robin's Nest. The bouncer kicked me out after he caught me sneaking through the window. What is with you and exiting through windows? It's not like I could just waltz right through the front door. Well, here's some good news. You don't have to crawl through windows to speak with him anymore. Philip glanced at the door as though to make sure it was closed. He pulled out his cell phone and began flipping through the numbers. Surprisingly, he wants to talk to us directly this time around. Not sure if he's going to cooperate, though. He's a pretty difficult guy. Philip switched the call onto speakerphone and placed it onto the table. The dial tone played for several long seconds before a deep-pitched voice crackled back. Well, I'm not feeling like doing a deep-pitched, crackly voice right now, so you guess the fuck what? That's it for this goddamn episode! Yeah, fucking right, man! I don't know how long this update is, but, we're just gonna keep going. So thank y'all very much for watching. It's very weird to be able to hear out of this ear all of a sudden. Thank y'all very much for watching this episode of Repeat! On the next episode, we will be talking to Morse, I guess. I don't know what that'll do, but yeah. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, I have been the Trend Unprofessional, speaking for the voices in my head when I say until next time, fare thee well! Bye, everyone! Motherfucker! Woo!